Welcome. This is a tutorial for a 3-ribbon spirit chain or an updated spirit chain. I have done this video tutorial before, but it is one of my older videos, and so I wanted to do hopefully a better video. And the way I start this chain is a little bit differently. It's a lot easier on this video than it was on the last one. In this one, I'm using the 7/8 inch width ribbon, but you can use other sizes as well, and you can use multiple sizes. I would start with the widest one in the center. And remember, on your center one, just like a regular spirit chain, you are going to make it double the length you need and maybe another inch more just to be safe. You find the center and you make a point or an arrow like I'm doing here, and make sure that each side of the ribbon touches each other. You want them side by side. Now here's where I've changed it up from the last video. This one, like I said, it's much easier. So you're going to take one of your weaving ribbons, and this one is on my right side, and I'm going to go over the middle ribbon on the right and under the left one. And then I'm taking my left ribbon, my white one, and I'm going under. So you're going to have your middle ribbon, and you're going to have a ribbon on the left that's under the middle ribbon. You're going to have a ribbon on the right that is over the middle ribbon. Now you want to staple those 3 ribbons together so they stay in place. I like to take a small piece of masking tape just to hold it in place. To start my braid, I'm starting with the left ribbon. I'm going over the middle left and under the middle right. Now I'm going to have 2 ribbons going off to the right. Next, I'll use my right ribbon, the green one, and I'm going under and over. And you want to make sure these ribbons are all touching. Now you want to put something on top of the braid to help hold it in place and to help hold those ribbons down as you're braiding. It just helps if you can use like a hardcover book, or I have this acrylic ruler that's really wide and it's got a little bit of weight to it. So you want something that's flat and has some weight to it. It's just going to help hold that braid in place, and it's going to help you get good creases and a good braid. So next I'm starting with that top right ribbon, which is the white one now. And as you see, I'm folding it over. Now that center ribbon, that holographic ribbon, has a nice triangular shape. That's what you want. When you finish this braid, those center ribbons should have triangular shapes going all the way down. That's how you know you did a good braid. Now this white one, I'm going back over and under, so it'll end up on the right again. And as you see, I am pushing it up to touch that green ribbon, so I make sure and I get that triangle. Again, I'm starting with my top right ribbon, which is the green this time. But before I crease it, you see me tapping it up under the white ribbon. You want to do that because you want them not only touching, but you want that green ribbon to also get a triangular shape. So my holographic ribbons and my green ribbons are going to end up with triangular shapes if I make this braid correctly. And then the white ones will not. You'll have one ribbon that does not have a triangular shape. Just keep starting with that top right ribbon. Whichever color is on top is going to be the next one you use to braid. Now you just want to staple that white and green ribbon down to make sure nothing comes loose, and then cut off the excess ribbon that you're not needing. And you see all these wonderful triangular shapes. I did this one correctly. It looks perfect. You can also lay this on a flat surface and pile some books or something else that's flat and heavy on it and leave it for a couple of hours, and you'll get a really nice, flat, well-creased braid. I do that a lot with my Texas or Champion braids too. This is going to be the end that I attach to the backer. You can attach whichever end you want to. I like having the point down. And then of course you'll want to put something on top of that to cover up the staples. So you can just hot glue a trinket, or you can make a tinsel puff like I like to do, or put a bow, or just whatever you want, something to cover that up. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Tap the bell for notifications after you subscribe. Please share these videos, comment, tell me how I've done. You can comment and ask me questions. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much.